traditional Punjabi family, so I know that speaking out for women is really hard, and it's not an easy task. There's a lot of hurdles along the way in order for me to gain the agency, I guess, or I guess determination. I don't really know, to be able to speak out. Um, and I'm really grateful that my mom is in my corner and she really does support me despite, even if she doesn't like some of the things that I say, she will always be in my corner. And I really want to recognize her thing, her journey. I think it's really easy for young people in our generation, my generation, to kind of like cuss at the older generation and really uphold them to standards that weren't realistic for their time. And I just want to appreciate that my mom is the type of person who's worked through a lot of that to be who we need her to be. And our whole community really relies on the sacrifice of women, and this woman is an amazing person. So I just kind of want to acknowledge her, and I really think it's important that I acknowledge her in my sets because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. This one's for you, Mama. Oh, right. Uh, yeah. This is also a political one. This was written during Jagmeet Singh's during the election time and his campaigning period. He went during campaigning to Quebec, and some older gentleman, I don't know how gentle he was, decided to give him some really unasked for advice, telling Jagmeet that he should cut his hair and cut off his turban in order to look more Canadian. It really hurt me because growing up in the community that I did, I was the only Punjabi person and the only person who was Sikh. In Sikhism, keeping your hair is like the one of the tenets of the religion, and it's a huge tenet. And if to be told that you don't belong because of your hair, it just hit me right in the gut because that was my entire childhood. I constantly felt ostracized because I was hairy, and my parents were trying to raise me more traditional, so they didn't really want me doing a lot of hair removal. They kind of wanted me to be older before I made those types of choices. So I really resented that, and it made me hate a lot of who I am. So, you know what? This one's to you, you old white man. An old white man preaches. In Rome you do as Romans do. Is that what Romans drawled as they beheaded unwilling Gauls? How could one know they woke in Rome when they went to bed Gallic? How could one know they were Roman until they felt the sentinel sword upon their neck? My mother keeps her shorn braid bundled with the nithnam, wrapped in a blue rumal like royal courage, long, thick memories braided and preserved, years of saron datel and fine-tooth combs, my masi, my nani, my manji. Her braid is safe between her wedding bangles and her birth certificates, coiled atop her holy hymns to remind her who she really is, that the stripped live wire still conducts electricity tar bijli se. I wonder if the Gauls ever touched their trinkets at night, prayed to their gods, murmured, I love you, to their ancestors. As I find a photo of Stanley Park 84, my mom is a titali in a red salwar kameez, her chunni flirting petals behind her, and I think of when she cut her braid, and I wonder if she touches it at night, after ardas, praying that though she may look Roman and act as Romans do, that she is truly Sikh, despite the sentinel shears at the base of her neck. In India you do as the British do. Is that what white soldiers screeched as they beheaded Sepoy Sikhs? How could one know they woke in the empire when they went to bed in Punjab? I wonder what drove Mom to the sickle. She cut the live wire to the identity that she braided before bed, weaving generations of sacrifice. But when those same nimble fingers braided my thick hair, using the same mustard seed oil to smooth my unruly head, I whimpered and wailed, resented the hair that sprouted from my fingers and toes, upper lip and sideburn, straggly copper wiring that short-circuited my identity. As my peers mocked my tangled forest, I resented my mother's live wires, praying to Roman gods, begging just to be like everyone else, just to be Canadian. And I wonder if I'd heard what soldiers said and saw the photos of kerosene heads, knew that white women pay for silky extensions, memories exploited from Indian women, would I have braided my bloodline at night, prayed to my Waheguru with devotion, murmured I love you to Manji. I think of a young man, his bloodline braided atop his head, protected by a shroud of royal courage, a blue turban. I wonder how much he fought Roman gods as he asked, "What, in Canada, do Canadians do?" Because how could one know they were Canadian until they felt an old white man's blade upon their neck? Alas, Jagmeet, you should cut your turban off so you'll look like a Canadian.